What's up, everybody? If you've been doing music, you've been doing it wrong. And Lizzo is going to tell you about that right now.
Hi, I'm a multiple Grammy Award winning artist with multiple number ones and multiple platinum plaques, soon to be diamond plaque. If you are upcoming in this industry, you should watch this video. The music industry is in complete shambles right now, and you can use that to your advantage. Back in the day, the music industry was very algorithmic, as any other industry was, but that industry was controlled to a certain extent. Now that we are in the digital streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm. And it is stressing people the fuck out, myself included. Every major artist besides Beyonce has dropped music this year or is planning to drop music this year or has featured on somebody's record this year. I dropped a mixtape over the summer. I had SZA and Doja Cat on it, and I just dropped the deluxe to my mixtape today. And yet there are still people who don't even know I dropped music. Every major artist from Lady Gaga to Drake has dropped albums this year, and yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's not because the music isn't incredible is anymore. This industry used to be based on serving the masses, basically like servicing your song out to certain channels and certain radio stations. The internet space wasn't so congested. There was a clear channel back in the day for major artists to put their music out and serve the masses. Now you have to serve your people. I started a private page just for my fans, Lizzo IRL, and it has been one of the most incredible experiences for me as an artist. It gives me an opportunity to talk to my fans one on one and give them the exclusives, share music with them, share my deep thoughts with them. My deep thoughts are not on my main page anymore. And that allows me to have a dialogue with the people who actually give a fuck about me. Because with this algorithm, just putting your music out 9 times out of 10 is not even going to reach your fan base. Think about the way this TikTok algorithm works. Look how many followers I have. Look how many followers you have. And when you post a video, how many of your followers actually see your video? Not that many, right? Because even though someone is following you, it's not guaranteed that they're going to see you on their FYP. And everyone uses their FYP. And TikTok knows that. So for new artists, this is actually incredible news. You now more than ever have an advantage over even major artists to get your music out there and connecting with people at a way quicker rate. Right now is the time to put yourself out there. I wouldn't even try to go the old school route and get signed. I would just make as much music as possible, as much content as possible, and put it on the internet. As for bigger artists, bigger mainstream artists, now is the time to talk to your fan base. Taylor Swift does an incredible job of it, and she's been doing it for a long time. The Swifties are locked the fuck in. And now, so are the lesbians. We're small, but we're motherfucking mighty. Anyway, I say all that to say that this year has been an incredible year for music. It just hasn't been on your algorithm. Stream My Face Still Hurts from Smiling, out today.
So, as you heard right there, Lizzo had a lot to say about the music industry today and the way the streaming is affecting artists. And she is really at the top of music. I mean, in her area of pop music, she's at the top. She's one of the major artists in the game. She's been doing good at it and succeeding. And now, as we become artists and want to get in the game and the music industry has become streaming, she's letting you know that even the artists at the high level like she is, the people still not getting her music. So if you're an artist and you're putting out stuff and you might be uncomfortable with doing it or you might be scared to do it, it's not the good time to be feeling like that because everybody's putting their stuff out there and nobody's getting the reach that they would like. I mean, think about it. If you put a post out, you want to be seen by the whole world, but obviously that's not going to happen. And then, they got the secondary lane, which you could just pay for ads. And think about it. Somebody like Lizzo, who's a multimillionaire, she can just pay for ads, but who wants to pay for ads or make sure you don't even know who the people are that's reaching out to you or whatever, or that's a fan or that's buying? You want to be connected to these people, so you want to be talking to them more than once. So if you're selling something in the future, or if you just want to put out something, or just talk to your fan base, that they're there. But if it's like, again, 1,000 or a million people on TikTok, and then you put something out and you get less engagement than what you expected, then what's the win? So she's feeling, and they're feeling like, hey, get your own channel, get your own website, get some kind of setup where you can have people talk to you directly, and then you can continue to promote stuff and put stuff out. Because it's going to be discouraging if you put stuff out, especially as somebody at that level, and nobody respond to it. And you know you're famous. You know you've been on TV. You know you've been at award shows. And then you put something out and you get 3,000 comments on it, or 3,000 likes or whatever. It's not that you, but you got 7 million followers. It's like, what the hell? I'm not. It's not adding up. You know what I'm saying? But it might get discouraging. It might be like, you know what? I'm not even saying 100,000 after having 7 million people. This is bad. You know, I don't like doing this no more. You know what I'm saying? So it might make you not want to continue. So to understand the game and understand what's happening in the game is critical, because that's what's going to keep you continue to work as an artist. And even the major artists, like she said, people like, unless you somebody like Beyonce or whatever, who the people, is so many people always checking for your work, no matter what you put out, no matter when you put it out. You don't even have to advertise it. I mean, when Beyonce dropped the album at one a day at midnight, and people, it still went platinum, because people literally be trying to find out what she's doing next. And there's a lot of people who probably are interested in finding out what you're doing next, but it's no way to connect to you, because if you're not in coming across the fingers on the cell phone, then it's no way I'm gonna see you or even think about you. So, and then it's major artists in the game. There's so many people that's doing stuff. So it's like, where do you stand? Where do you lay in that group? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate what she was saying, and I agree with what she was saying. But at the end of the day, it's the way the world is today. It's not what it was. It's the way the world is, and the way it is basically streaming. And you have to get your face in front of people. I mean, I hear people saying sometimes you need 100 pieces of content. Sometimes I hear people say you need 1,000 pieces of content. But the idea is that you have to post relentlessly. And then even hear people say that algorithm has changed. It's not like you come up on your people's channel or pages that don't necessarily follow you. So the only people who channel or pages you're going to come up on is the people who actually want to see you. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, you could see a person, and then the music industry has changed from being a hard copy CD where you can guarantee sales and guarantee money. You know, if you could sell 50,000 or 30,000, $12 a piece, you win. You know what I'm saying? If you could sell 50,000, $12 a piece, you win. But and then if you do streaming on top of that, that's good. But what streaming does is it is, if you have a large catalog, you'll be able to make money from it in the long term, over time. But you know, when you make something, and obviously just like in the movie games, they have it where you get the idea of how much you made in the first week. We want to know within the first weekend, like what's going on. And then the projections for the future, we can kind of see from there. But if it's, you know, no engagement on your project, no engagement on your music, no engagement on your stuff, you know you're not going to make the money. So that's really what it all would come down to, because we know that people are online. We know that people are on the platforms. But how do you connect to them? How do you get them to come to your project and listen to your stuff? So that's where it's saying people are getting their own personal things, or even blogging, or no, what's the word? Streaming nonstop. Just cut the camera on and roll, and then your people find you and they come see you, and then they want to be a part of your lifestyle because you're giving them consistent content of your lifestyle. And then it's finally like, okay, I just watched this guy. This is who I pay attention to, because this guy is entertaining me and I like his work. So then she said her stuff is Lizzo IRL, in real life. And I think that that's smart, because now the people that care about Lizzo, after they find out that's her website, they're going to probably check more there than they will on the bigger platforms like her Instagram or whatnot, because they know that she's going to be there right here. This is her website. She controls it. She controls when she get on there. And that's the key to the business game right now, is getting your own personal site or website. And then no matter what platform you are on, you always can link your people back to your personal website, so that you can always connect to them and sell products and push in things that you want to make money from, but without having to go through other elements where it might not work out, because you know they don't want you to do it unless you put so much money behind the ads, or unless you're on a certain particular platform. And that's what a money game is today. It's about ads. So you let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Is Lizzo on point for what she's saying about the music industry? Do you think it's changed? Do you want to still do music? Are you a musician? Let me know. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and I'll be back with a new one. Peace.